What's up, Blasianeers and Blasianettes? So I'm going to be giving you guys my quick review for Rampage, which is based off of the video game franchise. And this is going to be spoiler-free, by the way. So going into this movie, I was prepared for how silly it was going to be and how potentially bad it was going to be. But I said to myself, it doesn't look like that great of a movie, but I owe it to my 8-year-old self to go see it since I've played the games and I enjoyed them. And also, like, another reason is because I am a loyal, really huge Godzilla fan. And since I've watched all of the Godzilla movies, and I dare say that a good chunk of those Godzilla movies are super, super cheesy. And so this is like a walk in the park for me. And I can't really say it's messing it messes up the video game. And the video game itself, I mean, the video games, like franchise itself is indeed silly, like where it's about three giant creatures who go around and beat down everything in sight. Like, and so that's basically the premise of the game, and in the movie it's not really that much different either. The only thing different is that instead of three scientists that are that are responsible for the chemicals, or that are working for the lab that is responsible for the chemicals, coming into contact and becoming, George, Lizzie, and Ralph. Instead, it's three animals that come in contact with the chemicals, and then it turns them into the creatures that we know and love. Like that we fans of the video games have grown to know and love, as I meant to say. But yeah, I mean, like, and as far as the humans go, I thought they were gonna be. I didn't expect anything perfect or anything like outstandanding from them. Well, even though they did pick some very talented actors like into this movie, but I was afraid that their characters were not really gonna be that entertaining. But conveniently, they were. I mean, like they were cheesy. It was silly, but it kept me entertained when you didn't see the three real stars of the movie, and with the relationship between Davis and George, I gotta say, I didn't think I was gonna buy into that very much, but actually I did. I mean, like every time they shared a screen together, I bought into it, and it was emotional, and you really felt that they really do care about one another. And yeah, I mean, like, and also with Jeffrey D. Morgan's character, oh my gosh, he's basically Negan in a suit. I mean, like, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, well, he's acting way too much like Negan. And he, indeed, in this movie, when you see this movie, he is definitely 100% Negan in a suit, basically. The only thing he doesn't do is do that. He doesn't do that infamous whistle, and he doesn't have Lucille, like on his shoulder, like every 5 minutes. But the way he speaks and the way he delivers his lines, the way he moves his body as he's talking, it's all Negan. Like when he says, there's one line where he says in the movie where he says, well, I'm gonna name a couple of them. Like one where he says, "Hell of a day, huh?" I'm like, that's so Negan. And then he says. And there's another line where he's like, "Did you just run down those 9 flights of stairs?" Like, and then here's another one. This is my favorite one, where he says, "Well, my grandpa always told me that we assholes gotta stick together." The way he just delivered those lines is so Negan. I mean, like, I'm not gonna refer to you as your character's name in this movie. You're basically Negan in a suit. And when it finally does get to where George, Lizzie, and Ralph are all together, I had it. I'm not gonna lie, I had a big grin on my face. I mean, it felt like I was like on a nostalgia ride when I saw them three together. There's even one moment where they're all on one building together, climbing one building together, and then when you see shots of that where you see all three of them on the building together at the same time, I was like, I mean, like my childhood self just came out and just had a nerdgasm, like, this is really happening. This is so fucking cool. And indeed, it was cool when it finally got to the premise of the movie, like where it's based from the video game. And also, like, I gotta say, they're all they're all really intimidating. Like, like I gotta say, Lizzie, man, the way she looked in this movie, holy fuck. I mean, if Godzilla looked like that in the 1998 version, that would be fantastic. I mean, like, Godzilla would scare the fuck out of me in that movie. I mean, if he looked the way Lizzie looks in this movie. But oh well. I mean, at least they gave Lizzie that look, and she is terrifying. I mean, like, they're all terrifying, but Lizzie was the one I always chose in the video game when I played it because because I'm a Godzilla fan, and she always reminded me of Godzilla. And in this movie, she still kind of does too, but she doesn't breathe fire. And if she did, I would be totally cool with that. But yeah, I mean, like, I would say if you're a fan of the video games, I would say you most likely might enjoy this movie. It's an acceptable movie based off of a video game. It's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst in my opinion. But it's a fun butter on the popcorn entertainment. I mean, if you can go into this movie knowing that it's going to be silly and it's just going to be a fun movie, then you shouldn't have any problems with it. My only issue is when you go into the corporate office of the of the people who made the chemicals. Every time you're in that office, you see a Rampage arcade in the background. Like, every time you're in that office and then they're chitter-chattering and you see it in the background, I'm just like, why is that in the movie? I mean, imagine if you had Mortal Kombat, if in the first Mortal Kombat movie where they have Johnny Cage or somebody walking past an arcade and then you happen to see Mortal Kombat clear as day in the background in that selection of arcades. Like, that makes no sense to me. But I mean, that's like my biggest nitpick with this movie. But other than that, I'd say this movie deserves 3.5 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3.5 chair spins. So if you guys enjoyed my review for this movie, make sure you thumb up the video and click subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.